What up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Selected Series. My name is Renee. I got my colleague David here, and we are here with the Bamn Camp guys, Ivy and Chase. Hey, what up, y'all?
What's good?
Yo. What up? Thank you guys for coming in, man.
No doubt. Thank you for having us, man.
For sure. Yeah, for real.
Now we get to see the dynamic duo of like all these Bamn Camp lives. Like, they can't hide behind the cameras now.
Bro. The mystery men are out, bro. The mystery men are out, bro.
Yeah, we here.
So, I mean, let's get into it, bro. How did Bamn Camp start? Let's just get in with how did the name start first, and how did the whole idea of everything come to
so basically
fruition?
the name, I mean, I grew up in Los Angeles, born and raised, and it's just been like growing up, in a low profited area. It's kind of hard. So Bamn Camp is an acronym. It means by any means necessary. So basically it was just like a group of friends of ours that kind of was like, yo, like, bam, let's just get it, bam, 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 bam. And then it ended up coming like to the camp because that started to grow and it became a family. So we ended up pushing it as a campaign. Like, let's make it bigger than just like, a bunch of, I don't know, can we cuss?
You go for it.
A bunch of like, like
a bunch
niggas,
of wild niggas.
A bunch of niggas, like, a bunch of just niggas just wilding out, you know what I'm saying? But we all, like, a lot of my friends, we all did, like, I was an audio engineer for 13 years, and a good friend of mine was, like, into film and photography and shit like that. So it ended up being more than just, like,
the Bam.
Yeah, let's make it, like, more of, like, a campaign. That's why the trees, the logo is the tree. It kind of represents, like, who we are. I'll get into that later. But,
we out here.
Yeah, bro. It's just kind of like it's just like our motivation, you know what I'm
so
saying?
It started out in LA and you brought it down here, or do you still have an LA store?
Well, I have a friend of mine has a store in Los Angeles called Almighty, and we're out there. It is my home, so it's always gonna forever be out there.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? But kind of coming out here, I met a lot of people who I kind of were on the same shit, and it was kind of like, damn, like, well, join the campaign with me, you know what I'm saying? And it ended up being until like we opened the first store in 2017, and it ended up being like I don't know, it ended up being like fucking just bigger than what we thought it was gonna be, you know what I'm saying? So I ended up closing the first store, going back to LA, and then I was out there for a while, and the whole like protesting shit started happening, and
you put your mic a little bit closer.
Yeah. The protest shit started happening, and it ended up being like, let's just get the hell out of LA, bro. You know,
it was that bad?
Yeah, it was pretty bad. I mean, we're a black-owned business, and we got looted twice.
Shit. Oh, man.
When we're fighting for Black Lives Matter, and we got looted.
Signs on there that
we
said,
literally had to put a cardboard
business.
sign that said we are minority owned, and they still broke the wood and got into the glass. You know what I'm saying?
Shit,
so
crazy.
At that point, I mean, we're still there now. Our lease is up in a few months, but we were kind of like, let's just get the fuck out of LA. It's like not the same no more, So we kind of like came back out here, you know what I'm saying? And
you guys you went to LA too?
Nah, I didn't go to LA. It was actually kind of crazy because when he first came out here, I was one of your first friends that you really made out here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, coming out here, I didn't know anybody, and
yeah.
I'm born and raised in Pasadena, so like, I grew up in like predominantly black culture, you know what I'm saying? So coming out here, like, it's just
culture shock.
I gravitated to
for real,
like the black culture out here, you know what I'm saying? So like, it ended up,
But nah, cool. Basically, it was a weird situation because me and him were doing stuff with like music and whatnot. And then when he left, I was just kind of like, damn, like, where'd my homie go? Like, just for a minute, because he was just always out in LA. He would come back like every once in a while, but yeah, I didn't go back out there with him or anything like that. Because at the time, I was attached to the brand Bamn Camp, not really the store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I had done like a bunch of I guess like was I a model,
Photo
bro?
shoots, whatever,
Like
yeah.
was I a model for
Yes,
real? No, but
you were.
Yeah, I mean, like I did photo shoots and I would model for a lot of his photo shoots and his clothing and stuff. So that was kind of like my attachment to the brand, aside from being like a close friend to him. So I didn't have anything to really do with the store besides like I would pop in, you know, buy some shit every once in a while. But yeah,
The store was kind of like we just did it on a whim.
Yeah.
It was kind of like, yo, like we want, you know, in LA the rent's so expensive, like you have to make thousands of dollars a month, you know. Out here we were like, it's not really that expensive.
I think the
Especially-
execution of our plan this time, like the vision that you had for everything with this opening,
Well, and
so much better execution.
in 2017 when we opened the first store, I was still on my LA shit. So like I was still like I just took it as like, you know, I was raised on Fairfax. Like been
Everything
going to
was raw,
Fairfax
bro.
and Melrose for years, you know, since 2001, you know. And I was just like on that shit. So like I would smoke in my store, you know what I'm saying? Like shit that I probably shouldn't be doing. So like at that point I was like, yo, like yeah, we're spending money, like let's just close this store down.
We had
like, what are we
nefarious
doing?
individuals in the store at any point in time.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. So it was cool though. But
So it was getting out of hand. So you had
it was basically like I was losing track, and I kind of can't. I wasn't because you know it's fast paced now. Like coming out here, it's a big stop. You know, like, and I kind of was like I can't do this no more. So I kind of was like bored. So I was like I gotta close the store and go back and work. I was so like on that drive to like kind of keep working and working and working.
So what made you say, all right, let's revamp this and like make it bigger than ever and open the one right here? Like, is there purpose behind it? Like now that you left and came back, is there like some type of like community purpose?
So basically, my parents have been out here for like 15 years. So I've been coming to the Coachella Valley for years, every holiday, Thanksgiving, Christmas, whatever. Recently, within the last 2 years, I've been seeing like the culture has changed in the Coachella Valley. You know what I'm saying? And then they legalized the weed, which made like people started coming out here. It started being like more cultural. And I was gonna open the store just strictly Bamn Camp and just do like a little small. I was trying to get the old flat black spot right there on 111.
Right.
Oh, okay.
And I was gonna do it like just a straight like little Bamn Camp store, but then I was like, who the fuck is Bamn Camp out here? You know what I'm saying? So I ended up saying like, you know, well, let's kind of switch it up and let's bring the staple out here and let's create the platform for the valley. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know people are all about it, but like, where is it at? You know what I'm saying? So we kind of was like, let's open the store. You know what I'm saying? I talked to hell of people before I actually opened the store. I was like, should I do this? Should I do this? It was the middle of the pandemic. I signed my lease in September. I was like,
Bro, I remember you talking to me about that. You were like, bro, should I really open the store? And I was just like, what? Like he's thinking about doing this again out here? You know what I mean? It was kind of crazy, but
it was something that I fumbled around for a little bit. Then I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I'm saying? And
what were your conversations like with the people that you were counseling with, like asking them about if you should or shouldn't? Like, what were they telling you? What kind of?
A lot of people were telling me no.
Really?
They were like saying don't do it. Like it's just not. It's like not there yet. But I think from me being here in 2017 and seeing the transition,
right?
They didn't see it the way I seen it. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
so you had inside information.
Yeah, so I kind of was like, well, I know you don't see what I see. You know what I'm saying? Because being in 2017, the people that came in, I mean, we were open for a year, and I'm gonna be honest, we probably had like 150 people come in that store within a whole 12 months. You know what I'm saying? So it was dead, and people that did come in there didn't understand like why Supreme cost so much, or like why vape is so expensive, or like why are these hats like $100 and shit. Right. So it was like, and now I'm seeing Supreme everywhere, and these hats, these $100 hats everywhere, and you know these shoes everywhere. So I was like, you know, I've seen the transition, I've seen the change, you know. Right. So I was like, fuck it, let's open it.
Yeah,
bro is really a visionary for real. It's crazy. Like, if I think about the process of like when I first met him and where we came from, like he always had like a vision, and he always had like a thought about where things were gonna be or how things were gonna turn out. And like, even though the process took a while, you know, like we're finally like starting to see that little crack of like, all right, it's looking like this is gonna be what we thought it was gonna be way back when.
Well, I see that you're like manifesting. You guys are both manifesting a lot of things. Like I talked to you guys about less than a half a month ago. and you guys were talking about getting a van done, and I see how you guys like made things happen. Like I'm pretty sure I suggested going with Ryan from
for sure.
from Wildcat Raps, and
yes,
you guys
sir. Shout
made
out
it
Ryan.
happen. You know what I mean? Like
Shout out
that was
Ryan.
super
It
cool.
looks so clean.
Van sitting outside is super fresh.
Yeah.
It's like something I haven't seen out here in a minute.
And I reached out to a lot of people for the van, and I guess since we are the Bamn Camp store and they do see the shoes and they know the value of the shoes,
Right.
the prices were coming out like fucking crazy, bro. They were like $5,800 to wrap the van. I'm like, yo, like
Crazy.
Like, god
Like-
damn, like, is it gonna be wrapped in gold? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Shout out to the shoe that
Like,
costs like $1,500.
the shoe's $1,500, so they're looking at it as like, okay,
But
well, they
just
got the
know,
money to
like-
do it.
Right.
But I
That's
paid.
where all the money goes.
You know what I'm
to,
saying?
I
The
mean?
shoe's $1,500, but
Yeah,
you gotta
it's-
think about what I paid for the
Right,
shoe. You know what I'm
right.
saying? Like,
Yeah,
we're
about
not
more.
making crazy profit. Everyone thinks we're making thousands of dollars.
Yeah.
Like, I'm thankful we do make good money, but like,
And even then, though, you're also including a lot of the community. Like, for instance, you guys do giveaways
Yeah,
where
yeah.
people, you know, feel so good after
Yeah.
receiving such nice shoes.
Yeah.
And
yeah, and that was my thing, you know, like me being in the music industry for so long, and you know, me being able to get the connections that I have, and you know, I made some decent money or whatever. It's just now to seeing the kids and stuff and see them what they want to do. It's like, yo, like we might as well help these kids out, because like
Right.
I'm old, you know what I'm saying? We're all gonna die, but the new generation's gonna be here. You know, I got a kid too, so it's kind of like let's mold the new generation
Right.
and give them opportunities. You know, so yeah, we give away fucking $100 shoes and shit like
It's
that. You know
crazy,
what I'm saying?
yeah.
But, like, I mean, it's okay to take a loss to kind of help, you know, someone else out. So it's kind of like,
think about that kid that gets the shoes and now has a positive view on his community.
yeah,
bro.
And now he'll go and spread more seed, more love for shit to grow, you know?
yeah, and it's also an opportunity for them to kind of like, I mean, the shoe industry is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
if you have a shoe collection,
It's tough to
like,
get a shoe that you want. For
Yeah.
real.
You know what I'm saying? So like it's something like we always tell people like, yo, like if you don't want the shoe, like just give it to somebody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because some people like,
Yeah.
or sell the shoe, make some money and put
Right.
that money back into something else and kind of keep going from there. I mean, I'm not sure what they do with the shoes.
Do you guys buy shoes off of people?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
we buy
Yeah.
shoes all day, every
Yeah,
day,
Wow.
all day, every day.
I'm trying to see if there's a shoe that we have right now. I think
The
we got
turbo
the
greens.
turbo green we bought off of somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So my question is, before we get into more of like the future, I kind of want to get into how you guys got into the love of like sneakers and all that.
Yeah.
Like, where did that stem from? Like,
So it's funny. My dad's actually a retired professional basketball player. So
Oh,
like I grew up
shit.
in like the whole basketball. Like his brothers are like 7'2" playing at Rutgers Park right now. Like they're still like deep.
Bro,
in
his
it.
dad will
What?
still bust a young dude's ass.
Yeah,
on the court.
my dad's like
No
like,
cap.
I'm not even
No
saying
cap.
just because he's my dad, but he's really like a fucking ball player, yo. Like
he's a
can
real
see
life
it.
baller.
my dad's like 6'8", like he's a big
Bro,
fucking dude. You know what I'm saying?
Old
Like,
basketball players have this walk, and I can't stand up and show you, but they got this walk where they kind of walk stiff-legged with the butt out.
like you're kind of
You
leaning
just-
forward.
Yeah,
you
okay,
are.
okay, okay.
You know that they have game though.
Like LeBron, how
Yeah,
LeBron
like,
walks.
They just
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
have this lean because they're so damn
Yeah,
big.
they
You know
just-
what I'm saying? But like,
right.
it's
That's
crazy.
hilarious.
It's crazy. So yeah, so my dad played ball, and I've been in the shoes for
Forever.
ever. I just never really wanted to spend the money on the shoes. So I've always been like a Chuck Taylor or Vans. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so I've never been like the guy to be like, I'm gonna spend $500 on a shoe and never wear it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it kind of was like, I love the shoes and I love collecting stuff, but the shoes were something that I was just like, I'm not gonna do it. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Now with everyone's like, oh, bro, you aren't even into shoes, and I'm really not into shoes like that. All crazy, but it's not about me anymore. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I like anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
I would say personally, like my love for shoes came from my inspiration, people from music. So like I really like Pharrell and the Clips growing up,
Fuck yeah.
and so like how Pharrell was really into fashion, Kanye was really into fashion, all that different kind of stuff, and then they were making their own shoes. And so back in the day, I used to just be hype off of the shoes that they were making.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, like I loved how Kanye collaborated with Bape, or the same way that Pharrell would collaborate with Bape, or different stuff like that. And they would come out with ice cream shoes or whatever, and the styles that they had.
It even goes back to like skateboarding too.
Yeah,
think
no,
about it.
exactly.
Because like
Exactly.
I mean, when we all probably skated sometime in our life, and like
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember that Osiris D3.
Bruh.
Yeah,
That was
bro.
like the shoe that everyone
What about
had
them
to
fat
have.
ass DCs, bro?
Those are the D3s,
man.
Osiris. Like, what, bro? Everyone had to have those. Like
So
it was crazy.
bro.
And then like they
Good
started
times.
coming out with like the Nike SBs, and they were just like colorful.
Yeah.
And people were
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
"What the hell are
Remember
these
that.
colorful ass shoes?" And now the
Exactly.
SBs are, you know what I'm saying? The shoes that came back in the day are now $15,000 now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Just
wish
for
I would have
one
copped
shoe.
one.
Yeah, dude,
Bro,
I
you-
had some. I threw
I had
them away.
so many, bro, all the time,
Yeah.
bro. It was crazy. And it's funny, is I used to come to Epidemic out there in Cathedral City
Shout out Epidemic.
when I was like, you know, my parents had been here
That was
forever,
a
and I used to go there and get all my SBs.
Yeah,
For
yeah.
sure.
It's crazy, you know what I'm
dude.
saying? And now
We
I'm
all
like,
used to get our
damn.
stuff there, bro.
It's
Hell
crazy
yeah.
too, because if they were still open and they still had their SB account, like it would be fucking insane, yo. Like it'd be crazy,
Hey,
bro.
bro, Glenn might still have it.
I'm sure he still has it. You know what I'm saying? But I mean,
Shoot,
yeah,
bro.
that was crazy. But I've always been into shoes. It's just
Yeah.
I just never really had the money to kind of dish it out. You know
To
what I'm
have
saying?
that
Like,
money to buy like the old J's, like, yeah, I remember the way that I really got into J's though was my mom had a friend, and like we were staying with him because, you know, financial hard times or whatever. But he wore the same size as me when I was in middle school, so like, but he's like a grown ass man, but he's just, you know, smaller stature. Anyway, he wore like a size 9.5 or a size 10.
He was like
And-
6'4" though.
No, but he wore like I wore a size 10, and I used to jam my foot into a size 9, 9.5 in his shoes, because he had like, one of my favorite shoes back then was the Fire Red 4s.
Ooh.
Or Fire Red 5s, I mean, which were like these, except, you know, different
red.
colors. Yeah. And like, they weren't my size. I used to just destroy the side of my toe and my heel just to rock those shoes because I loved them so much, bro. Fresh
I
Prince
mean,
5s
it
that he
used to
had,
be like, I mean,
Yeah.
shoes are like a status symbol. you
Yeah,
know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
for real.
Like you
Yeah.
could look the shittiest, but if you have like a nice pair of shoes, like it's a different status.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like,
Man, and
He
so
did that shit on purpose.
Yeah, I wanted to be so hard in those shoes, and like my love for them grew because I started to understand the history behind it. Like I grew up a hooper, like not a real hooper, but I was kind of good, you know what I mean? But I studied the history of the game, so like to understand the importance of like a Jordan 1, but
Right.
it'd be like the Chicago or the Band or the Bread colorway, or to see like different shoes that he won certain games in or certain
Right.
championships the year that this shoe came out. Like that's what I like about shoes often.
Right,
cool.
right. So
The
it's not
culture.
just, yeah, how you're saying, it's not just about the shoe, it's about the whole culture.
Yeah,
around it.
yeah.
That shit is,
yeah, that's our thing behind Bamn Camp. It's like
I love it.
we're not a shoe store. You know what I'm saying? It's like we're more of like a, it's like the meaning behind what we actually are. A lot of
Yeah.
people don't know what
Right.
it really is. You know what I'm saying? Like the shoes are just there because people like shoes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We make shirts because people like shirts, but like we're not.
We want to grow past a
Our
lot of
our,
that
our
stuff.
vision isn't to like make clothes and be a clothing brand. Like we're not
Right.
a clothing brand. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
We're a brand. We're an entity. We're like a statement. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So
That's a good segue to go to what you guys have, like, what is it coming up in May, right? Like the
Yeah,
2nd
some
of
of those
May.
events.
Oh, yeah,
So
yeah.
basically next weekend, I'm not sure when this will come out, but next weekend, May 2nd, we're doing like a taco toss up. Basically just selling tacos.
Trademark that, TM. Taco toss.
Just giving away a bunch of free shit, you know what I'm saying? Shoes, merch, stickers, whatever. It's our first event. We basically wanted to bring the van out and let people kind of see it in person and
yeah,
kind
take
of like,
pics.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Then the
Yeah.
next one we're gonna get bigger. I'm actually trying to like get in contact with like the city and throw an actual like shoe festival, and bring out like big names and shit and see how we could do it. I know it's later along the line, but
It's always good to dream, bro, and
Yeah.
put
Fuck
those
yeah.
obstacles not too far
plant
away.
that seed.
it's not even a dream because it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah,
I'm
there
gonna
you
make
go.
it happen.
There you
It's
go.
just gonna
Yeah.
take a little bit
It's
of
a
time.
goal.
By,
you know
by
what I
any
mean?
means.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's gonna happen. Like regardless, I just gotta kind of like kind of put the puzzles in the piece or places in the puzzle.
But
whatever.
you're already doing it. Like, for instance, you were talking about the other day that kids go in there to be safe. Like,
Yeah.
Mm.
they sit down and they play.
Yeah,
What do you guys have?
PlayStation and shit.
PlayStation.
Yeah, or
So we had a
arcade.
joke. There's this kid. Shout out to Mateo because he's a big supporter. But like he DM'd us and he was like, "Hey, like my mom wants to go furniture shopping and I don't really want to do that. So like, can I just come kick it at the store for a little bit?"
So we started the Bamn Camp daycare.
Yeah, Bamn Camp daycare is what we do because he's like 15. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
He's a
okay,
little ass
like,
kid, bro.
I'm
he
big.
just turned 15.
Yeah, I'm big Uncle Ivy now. You know what I mean? So,
And then he came through and ordered pizza for us.
Yeah,
and stuff. It was
he
cool,
got a
you
little-
know what I'm
that's
saying?
dope,
So
bro.
it
he
was
got a
cool.
Little Caesars pizza.
But like a lot of the kids come in and they like now that they're back in school, like they'll get out of school and just come kick it at the store and stuff.
Yeah.
And we'll hook them up with shirts and stickers and shit like that.
Yeah.
Or if we see some kids skating by, I'll flag them down, like, come back. And
Hit a dude, told him, hey, if you hit a heel flip, I'll give you a free sticker.
yeah, so we just like to interact,
cool
just kind
stuff
of
like
like,
that.
you know, tap in with the community, you know what I'm
That's
saying? That's what we're
dope,
going to do
man.
with the van.
Yeah.
We're basically going to make like a schedule of like where we're going to be for a day. We're going to shut
Like a
down
tour.
the store for a day.
Yeah.
That's fucking
And we're just going to
dope.
be like, yo, we're going to be at the Palm Springs skate park for an hour, come through, get some shit.
Bro,
hit
that's
Indio, hit
dope.
whatever we can get.
I want to
So-
get that tour date T-shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That shit would be
yeah.
so
that's a
sick.
good idea, bro.
Yeah, well, that's what we're gonna do with the taco, like the toss up. It's gonna be like, you know, we're gonna try to make it like an annual thing where it comes like big. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I know like a lot of people are doing, you know, barbecues and stuff right now, and we just want to do it something different. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
like we're gonna have water guns there. I'm gonna have a fucking bucket of just water balloons and like. So I
cool.
So I said on the flyer, like, be prepared. Like, don't like don't come in like your pretty
Don't
clothes.
wear,
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
wear
Like,
white T-shirts.
like, do not come in your freshest shoes. Like, this is not like it's a store event, but like, don't come fresh. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
like come to have fun. We're at the park. Like, we're gonna get dirty. It's gonna be hot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
We
That's
really want
cool.
that to be like a cultural community give back event. You know?
Especially now
That's-
that the summer's coming in and kids are trying to like find something productive to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, and that's our thing. That's what I'm big on right now. Just kind of keeping the kids like out the streets. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Right now, like with the whole what's going on, the pandemic, like.
People are bored, man.
They're
Boredom
bored
is
and they're
the
like
root of
breaking
all
in
evil.
and shit. They're hungry right now.
Right.
They're people lost jobs and shit. So it's like
But you're also being a good influence within your community and showing like even just your son like what a good role model is.
yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
bro.
funny because he doesn't even care. Like he has like his kick game is crazy, yo. And I'm like, bro,
I can
like,
imagine.
he just like wants to wear his sandals.
He
He's
don't
like,
even want to lace the shoes up.
He's like, I'm in the
Just
desert,
like,
like fuck it, like you know what I'm saying. Like I'm like, no, put your shoes on. He's like, nah, it's all good.
Shit, man.
But I mean, it's been a crazy journey, like seeing like how shit's going right now. It's nuts.
Right.
Like running into you guys and shit like that.
Yeah.
you know
so
what I'm saying?
crazy.
It's been crazy.
it always works out, and just like how you said in time,
Mhm.
we never force our interviews or like our interactions.
Yeah.
You're walking your path in life,
Yeah.
and whenever you run into somebody, you make the best out of it.
Yeah. No
And
doubt.
if you keep, running into each other, then you might as well either make some bread or like just hustle
Yeah.
and envision each other so that you guys can keep merging and keep in the same flow, you know?
Yeah. I think what was it, Daniel that came in from the canvas?
Mhm.
Right.
Shout out Daniel. He came in and was just like, yo, you ever heard of Select the Series? And I heard of you guys. I just didn't really know what it was. You know what I'm saying? And he was basically telling me like, you need to tap in. And I was like, well, shit, plug me. You know what I'm saying? Like, make it
Shout
happen,
out,
bro.
yeah,
Like,
man.
Yeah.
and then I guess you showed up, and I was like, shit. So like,
I
was-
heard from Adrian, my sister's
Oh,
boyfriend.
okay, yeah. Shout out
Okay.
Adrian. Adrian's cool too.
He was like, yo, you guys need to talk to Chase. I've known him for a while. And circumstances didn't allow us to meet, but
Yeah.
look how things work out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Eventually-
I remember he hit me. He's like, "Where you at?" And I'm like, "At home." He's like, "I'm at the store." And I'm like, "We're not even open yet, bro.
Yeah.
What are you doing at the store, bro?" Like, but I guess that's when you guys pulled up, and I kind of missed you guys the first round. But
Another
love.
thing, you guys have somebody else with Selected Series.
Right.
I think his name is
Luis.
Luis.
Mm-hmm.
So I've known him for years because of basketball.
Yeah,
So
would
So
have been.
it's
Yeah,
just
we-
funny, like the little connections between
Yeah.
people. Like somehow you know Adrian,
Yeah.
who's your wife's brother.
My sister.
Oh, your sister. My bad.
My
bad.
sister's boyfriend.
My bad. Your sister's boyfriend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no, yeah, I've known Adrian
Yo, I'm
for
just over here looking stupid.
when I first moved out here. I rented from Taylor,
Huh?
the photo studio I rented
yeah,
from,
yeah.
and that's where Adrian used to work at that
Crazy.
photo
Oh.
studio.
Yeah, he gets
Crazy.
down with some
Yeah,
photos, man.
So yeah,
Yeah.
we definitely like. I've known him for years. It's probably been 5 years now. It's
crazy.
been a minute. Yeah.
Damn, man.
He's
Um,
one of
Yeah,
the
it's just
people,
cool, like how things tie in, and like you guys are on your own journey. We're on our own journey.
Right.
Even like with me before introducing myself into Bamn Camp and like coming into that, I was doing my own stuff. You know what I mean?
or even just your music career.
yeah,
Right,
exactly.
Right. And kind of to talk about that, kind of a segue to that. I always like to ask some kind of music related question because I'm a big music lover.
We could
Like, how
argue
much-
about music.
Yeah, we argue all day about music. Literally.
No, I just kind of wanted to know like how much music plays like an influence on your guys' brand, basically, like
So when me like I was an audio engineer for 13 years, so I worked with anyone you could probably think of. You know what I'm saying? Well, I've been
Right.
in the big studios. I was a head engineer at Paramount for a few years. And
Word.
It's been a long journey when it comes to like
Holy
music. So
shit,
music
bro.
for me is like everything. Like I have a quote like, without music in my life, my heart has no beat. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's literally like what I live for. You know what I'm saying? But like, it all kind of goes hand in hand. You know,
I was gonna say it all
clothing,
ties
photo, video, it's all in the same like cultural thing. So I moved out here to kind of take a break from the industry. It was just draining me, bro. Like, it was just like, you know, you don't see. I didn't see my girl at the time for years. I didn't see my kid for a while. Right. You know, you lock into albums and you kind of just like, you just disappear. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was fun, but I kind of had to step away, and I just kind of was like, you know, let me do something. Actually, before the clothing, I did photo and video. I ended up buying like drones and shit.
Oh shit!
But then I moved out here trying to do that, and I was like, it's too fucking hot to be standing out here flying drones, bro. So I couldn't do it, bro. And I'm like, like I hate the heat, bro. Like, I hate it. So I was like, nah, I ain't ready for this. So I was like, let me focus on the brand. Yeah. So that was my thing. But to me, like, music is everything, bro. Like,
yes.
I would say, to tie it into like, for real, answer your question is, when we say, like, on this bag we have, it says join the culture. So the culture isn't just Bamn Camp. Like, the culture is literally everything else that we represent. So, like,
all encompassing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, the culture, under like whatever standards you have, is music. It is fashion. It's clothing. It's branding. It's film. It's all those different things that kind of like encompass
it's like
all
food.
of that.
It's everything.
It's
really.
everything for real.
Anything that's like creative, like, join it, you know.
And by any means necessary campaign, like, straight up, we're like, get it however you can. So we do the shoes, you know what I mean, we do clothes, we've done music, we've done film, photography, all that different kind of stuff, because
we screen print and embroider in the back
we've
of the
been
shop,
trying
to
get it by any means necessary. So this is just another piece to that puzzle, you know.
And to stem off that's basically what the tree is. The tree is the branches of everything we do. Yeah. So it's basically like you know, we're here to plant our seed, let the roots grow, but really, like, the growth of the tree is everything that we're gonna branch into throughout the years. You know what I'm saying? So,
love it.
That's why.
Man, you guys got.
I was like, there's like detail to this shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, okay,
it's also
bro.
too like I before I created, because it's always been Bamn Camp, but I never had a logo. And shout out Born and Raised, but one of them was like, yo, you need to make sure you stamp your logo everywhere. At all times. So like
everywhere.
I was like, damn, what the fuck's like, what am I gonna make like for a logo? And everything was like a BC or like, you know what I'm saying, like just basic. And one day I went to Big Bear, and we were driving up there, and I was just looking at these fucking trees, bro. And I'm like, damn, these trees have been here for thousands and thousands of years. Yeah. So I was like, damn, like, we can't even knock these trees down unless we get a big ass machine to come knock these trees down.
That shit is bars.
So then I was like, you know what? Like, that's fucking like the logo should be a tree, because once we're here and we're rooted, you're not gonna be able to take us out. Yeah. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? You could bring your fucking chainsaws and do whatever and cut us down, but you're not gonna be able to clear our roots. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was like I'm fuck it, we're riding with a little tree, you know what I'm saying?
It's kind of nice that you decided to grow roots out here. Yeah. So I commend you guys for taking that challenge. Thank you.
Now I that was my thing, like in LA, you know, everyone in LA is doing the same shit. You know, what I'm doing out here, it's like, you know, Melrose is the whole block's the same, Fairfax the whole block the same, Robertson the whole block the same.
Yeah, nobody's doing what you guys are doing.
Yeah, so I was like, yo, let's plant the seed and fucking let's grow. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why we give back so much, to let people know like we're not really here to like make money. We're not here for popularity. We're not trying to be famous. Like, you guys know, I don't like being on the camera. You guys are lucky. But, like, that's our whole thing, you know.
First images of Trappy.
Trappy and IG.
It's crazy.
Nah, but that's why I went with the tree, to let people know, like, you know, we're rooted, we're here. Yeah. The branches represent everything. It's also, to me, it's like stability. You know what I'm saying? You could whatever foundation, family, growth. You know what I'm saying? Longevity. Yeah. So like that's the whole thing. The tree, to me, you know what I'm saying? To everyone, they take it as how they want to take it. But like once people come in the store and they're like, "Why'd you pick the tree?" and we tell them, they're like, "Damn."
Yeah, they be like,
all they want to do is wear the tree now, which is we love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, embrace it as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's another thing. I just wanted to make this comment, but it's cool when I think about. I think over the years why I rocked with him so heavy and why he rocked with me so heavy, and kind of why we can be the image of By Any Means Necessary, is because if I think of one word that really like describes him as a person, it would just be ambitious. Like, he only rocks with people who have some sort of ambition or some sort of drive. Like, we've left so many other people back behind us. Not that we cut ties, but, you know, you outgrow them, like our tree, you know what I mean? But we outgrow them, and that's simply just because they didn't have that same ambition over the years. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I'm saying, like, where we came from, where we started things at, like, he had the drive and the ambition continuously. And that's another thing behind By Any Means Necessary. It's like, you got to have that ambition. You got to have that drive.
I think that's why we give away so much, to kind of let them know, like,
your
like,
tree has fruit.
Yeah, like, and try it. You know what I'm saying? Like, here, like, take this $300 shoe and do something with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's basically like, water it and watch it grow. You know what I'm saying? So, like, that's why we just give shit away. We're just like, yo, like, fucking people need opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like, we screen print and embroidery, and, like, yeah, we charge, but, like, our prices compared to everybody and the quality you get, you'd be like, whoa. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been a printer and I've been a brand owner for years, and I've paid thousands of dollars to get T-shirts made, and, like, unless you sell all those T-shirts, you're not really making any money to grow. So it's like, I just took it as like, yo, we got to be able to help the community out, help people out, help people who want to start brands and the kids and stuff like that.
Help people with ambition, for real.
I mean, I even do it like, yo, if you come to me with a proper brand and like a business plan of how you want to do it, I'll put your shit out. I'll make it for free. Right. I'll make it for you. But just like, it has to make sense to, like, I want to see you grow. You know
that's why that conversation with Daniel from Canvas, he really put things into perspective. Like, I'm a designer myself, and he's like, well, I'm not just gonna make something for just, like, you know, a little hype. I want to make something that, like, will brand you and bring it all together, and so that you can continue with it. And that's really cool, because you're not just gonna make some whatever. You're gonna make something that somebody like comes in and, like, pitches the idea, makes you fall in love with that idea.
Carries weight.
And it's crazy too, because we'll make 100 shirts and give away 75. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
for real.
Like, legitimately, like, I'll just be like, yo, just give it away, just give it, because I mean, like, I'm about to do this thing too, between us, well, between everybody at this point. But we're gonna start picking up, like, the homeless, and I'm gonna work with some barbershops, and we're gonna pay to get their haircut, lace them with, like, full fits. You know what I'm saying? And kind of give them the ambition that, like, it's a fresh start. Like, fucking just go. We'll hook them up with, like, $100 cash. I mean, if they want to, like, obviously do drugs and shit, that's kind of on them. But, like,
no, you give them the responsibility.
I just want to give them, like, a platform and a push to kind of be like, because no one really gave me that push growing up. Like, I put myself through music school. Like, my parents are strictly really business oriented, and for me to be, like, in music, they were just like, what are you doing in music? You know what I'm saying? Like, my parents really didn't even support it till, like, CeeLo Green came to my baby shower. And they were like, oh shit, like, okay, what the fuck's going on? You know what
it's funny. Like, he was telling me one day, bro, he's just like, bro, like, my mom, bro, she just be talking crazy. And it's funny because, like, my mom is kind of the same way. Like, no matter what you do,
I love you, mom.
Nah, it's all love. It's just a mother who, like, wants to push their child to
they want the best,
peak of greatness, right? But it's funny. First thing she did when she stepped in the store, what did she say? Something about the carpet?
My mom just, like,
paint? She was just like, what's up with this carpet right here? Instead of, like, walking into the store and being like, oh, look, it's so nice. She just immediately went after him.
Starts drilling us, like, do this.
I think it speaks to something about why he's never content with, like, just doing something good. So now we're, like, low-key perfectionists because our mothers are like, why isn't it this? Why isn't it that?
I'll even come to the store and I'll be telling him, like, bro, why didn't you fucking wipe the goddamn counter? I'll go get the shit. I'll be like, just because, like, to me, like, appearance is everything. You know what I'm saying? Especially when we're doing something new for, like, the culture and the valley and stuff. It's like, if we don't solidify it now, we're gonna, like, look crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Plus, you won't pick up that wave that you're supposed to pick. You'll fizzle out.
I mean, a lot of people come in the store and they're like, oh, this shit's all expensive, and I'm like, yeah, I get it. I mean, but, like, there's always something for everybody. You know,
there's always something for everybody.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so.
I mean, if you can't afford the $1,000 shoe or the $700 or the $500 or the $200, we got $25 T-shirts, man.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, like, people come in and, like I was telling you,
we got
like,
stickers.
Like a mom and a child came in. He was probably like, I don't know, maybe like 12, 13, 14, maybe 15 top. And he came in and he had, like, a little, like, $60. And, like, I could tell he wanted anything Supreme, and his mom was just like, no, like, it's too expensive. So before he was walking out, I was like, "Hey, bro!" I called him back and just gave him like some Supreme Ziploc bags, like the little box, and he was like hyped. Like he was like, "Oh my god!" And the mom looked at me like, "Thank you," and I was just like, "Oh, go ahead." It's like, but fuck it, like
there's a recurring theme in a lot of these conversations that you guys are having with the youth. Like you guys don't understand or might understand that you guys are leaving this imprint on these kids, bro, forever.
Yeah, exactly. And that's my thing. That like now he's gonna tell his friends like, yo, they looked out for me. Like, and as they get older, they know where to go, and we're gonna look out for them. You know what I'm saying? They have a home already. Like,
and hopefully they look out for others in that similar way. You know,
I mean, even the homeless, like they'll walk in our stores. You know, they're all twacked out and shit. So they'll walk in our store and be all high and shit, and then we'll just still give them free shirts. Like, here, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're not like, get the fuck out the store. Like, you smell. We're just like, here, bro. Like,
dude posted up in the store yesterday.
Yeah, he hit me up yesterday. He's like, yo, there's a homeless guy in here, and I'm just like, whatever, bro. Just let him.
Yeah, I was just like,
I mean, we have air conditioner and shit. Like, let him come in and get a little bit of air and then walk out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
I knew he was feeling the AC. Like, he came in. I saw him earlier. So I didn't have any change on me or any like spare money because, you know, I keep a card on me, you know what I mean? But I went over to the corner store just to get some water. And he was just like, hey, you have any spare change? I was like, nah, man, my bad. But then he came through to the store and he was like, hey, is it cool if I just kick it in here? I'm like, all right, this is my way that I could really like pay it forward. Right. So I just let him hang out in the store for a little while and we get away from that heat.
We've both come from financial like hardship. So it's like, who the fuck are we to kind of like
judge,
be like, get out? Why? Why? Because we have chains now. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who the fuck are we? You know what I'm saying? So like, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be respectful of the store and like, you know, keep your mask on and shit.
He low key did look at the pillow that was on the couch and then he just looked at it and threw it. I don't know why he did it, bro, but he just looked at it and tossed it, and I was like, "Hey, yo, come on, bro." Like,
I mean, people come in there all the time, it's kind of funny. It's pretty crazy, but like, you know, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? We're new. The store's like bright orange. Like, people aren't gonna walk in. You know what I'm saying? Like, they think we sell weed. It's funny because they think we sell weed because of the Christmas tree.
They think we sell weed. They thought we were like a camping store.
People come in for fishing.
Somebody called the other day, was like, do you guys have propane tanks? And I was like,
bro, they come in looking for fishing poles and shit. So crazy.
You know the little portable propane tanks? I'm like, no, this is a shoe store.
Bro, they come in here looking for like duck vest and shit. We're just like, nah, bro, like,
it's so you guys need to buy like Supreme like camping gear.
It's funny too. It's funny though, because they'll walk in, they'll look out the whole store, and nothing in the stores obviously has to do with camping.
Yeah, right.
But they'll still ask, like, do you guys have fishing rods? And I'm like,
but it's because you also have grass. You have like a cabin feel.
Yeah. No,
like,
for sure. Yeah, but I'm just like, damn, like, do you see the fishing
green?
pole?
You know what I mean? It's kind of like a theme.
You guys did it to yourself.
Yeah, and we get a lot of calls too. They're just like, bam. And it's funny because like that's why everything's like it's exclusive clothing, like premium sneakers. But then they just don't even like. It's funny to see how people don't even. They just see camp. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't even look past like what everything else is.
Somebody else thought it was a band camp. They came in, they were like, oh, you got, and then he walked in, he was like, oh, it's shoes? Clothes? And he was like, I thought you guys were like a band camp store
like
or something.
The little music platform.
Yeah. Like they thought we were giving out piano lessons and shit.
You guys should do shirts that parody everything that like people think. That shit is funny.
It's funny. I mean, it's cool. It's cool though. It's cool seeing it. You know it's cool seeing everybody.
It's funny. But we have gotten a couple like, you know, new supporters just off of the strength of that because they're like, oh, you know what, I was in here for this, but this is actually cool shit.
Yeah, last night this dude walked in. We were about to close. He walked in like at 7:58, or like literally. And he was just like, "Yeah, I just seen it walking by," and he ended up leaving with like a couple $100 worth of shit. And we were just like, "Damn, like that's crazy." You know what I'm saying? Like he wasn't even a fan. He's just like, "Yo, like this is tight."
Have you guys had any? Sorry to cut you off. Have you guys had any like some like celebrities or anything like come in?
It's funny that you say that because I'm not big on like sports because that's not like I don't have time for it. Like I'm just too invested in like what's going on. And I've had football players come in and buy shit, and like, and I don't know at all. And I'll take a picture, and they're like, "Whoa!" Like he came in there, and I'm like, "Yeah."
Oh, really?
It's kind of funny, and I don't know who they are. And I think they like that. You know what I'm saying? They like that they come in, and I don't. And me, like, you know, most football players and more, you know, African Americans are involved in like sports and shit, and I'm just not. So I'm just like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. He's big as hell and shit.
That's the one thing. I was like, I don't know who that dude is either, but he's big as shit.
Yeah,
like there's no way he's a regular human being. Like he's got to be running somebody over, dunking a ball, or punching somebody in the face, bro. Like, there's no way.
It's funny too because recently this guy came in. He drove like in a Lamborghini.
Oh yeah.
He came in a Lamborghini. He like walked in. He was real quiet. He was at a bunch of gold chains and shit. And I'm not gonna be like, what do you do? You know what I'm saying? Like all nosy and shit. So I'm like, we just helped him out. He bought like a pair of shoes and shit. And then he left and I posted the picture. And a friend of mine in LA, he was like, bro, like that dude's like a big music executive.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, I've been in music forever. Who the fuck is this guy? Right. So I ended up finding who he was. And he works for like Ariana Grande and Justin Bieber. And I was like, holy shit. Like,
yeah, wild.
And I was like, and I asked him, I was like, oh, are you local? He's like, yeah, I just bought a house in Indian Wells.
Wow.
Oh,
So I was like, oh shit, like it's crazy. So he felt comfortable too, but when he paid, he gave me the black card, you know, the metal American Express. So I was
we
like,
seen that little heavy card. I grabbed it like, hold on.
And I was like, damn, I was like, this ain't gonna
Not
fit in the
regular.
card reader, bro. Like,
his bank account is not regular.
and coming from the
Apple
music,
Pay.
yeah, and coming from the music industry, you see those cards a lot. So like, I was like, this is the first time I've seen it since I've left the music industry.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, because you know they're unlimited. You could fucking go buy a rolls off the lot. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
so it was pretty crazy. But a lot of people come in and like influencers, and we don't know who they are. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not locked into like the social media like that. You know what I'm saying? Like
That's kind of nice though, because like, little fun fact, I used to work at Disneyland, and we used to get a bunch of like celebrities in and out, especially at the hotel, because you know they're staying for the weekend, and they'll shut off sections of the like restaurant, like, or they'll shut off the whole restaurant for that person, and we used to get drilled through Disney training, and they kind of just made me understand like, yo, everybody's here is special. They're all out on vacation. They're all trying to live the Disney dream or whatever, their experience. So don't make it weird for the guests. Like, don't harass the guests. Don't do this. So I've seen a lot of famous people, especially out here in Palm Springs. You also just run. Like I saw Andy Dick the other day just walking with like a bunch of prostitutes.
He's always in
bro, you know
Palm
what's funny?
Springs,
I saw
bro.
Bruce Willis driving an all gold motorcycle with no helmet. With no helmet.
Who is, like, why would he do that?
I don't know.
Here?
Yeah, in Palm Springs. It was fun. This was like last year, but like I was just driving down Palm Springs and he just pulled up and the motorcycle was like
Bruce Willis.
It looked
That's
like
really
this,
cocky,
just
bro.
all gold, right? And like I was just like, damn, he looked at me, I looked at him, I was like, look at this fucking guy, bro. I was like, and he just sped off, no helmet though, and I'm like, damn, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like, you could get hit right now.
You seen Bruce Willis's head, bro?
Yeah,
You can't crack that shit with diamonds, bro.
solid.
That boy got a knob.
Unbreakable,
Well, he
bro.
made all those movies.
Yeah,
He had
bro.
that.
Die Hard, fucking movies, bro.
Exactly.
No, that's
He's
great.
like, do you want a helmet? He's like, nah, dude. My stunt double uses a helmet, not me.
No way.
But no, but being in the music, like I've seen celebrities. I mean, I worked with Beyonce, Rihanna, like hella celebrities, and I'm just kind of like whatever,
Right.
like I don't like you know what I'm saying, like
They smell good.
yeah, they smell good and that's it. You know what I'm saying. By the end of the day, they're just here to work and leave. You know what I'm saying.
There you
So,
go.
like,
Exactly.
I don't really care. You know what I'm saying. Plus, you know, I was there to work too, and the worst thing I could do is groupie out. You know what I'm saying.
Right.
Unless I see like Jay-Z, then I'm gonna be like, hey, bro, like give me some knowledge, give me
Give me a
something, bro.
blueprint.
Like I just talk to me, bro. 'Cause I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, so I'm like,
Just breathe on me.
yeah, just let me know what I'm fucking
that
up on
knowledge,
so I can
bro.
fix it. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like other than that, like a lot of the celebrities, I don't really care about them.
Right.
It's gonna be a matter of time
Just
where
dope.
they're walking into the store anyways. It's
Right.
like we're the
Ooh.
only cultural store. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, I mean, the Kardashians live in La Quinta. Like they pass the store every day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like it's only gonna be a matter of time. They're like, let's just go in there.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like how they went to Toucans. They just went to Toucans. They just went there.
Just fucking they got in a fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they went to Toucans,
wild.
bro.
It was on their show. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Bro, they went to Toucans. They
gotta
they did
relax.
one night. Probably spent fucking $50,000,
Yeah.
and then Toucans closed for a remodel.
Yeah.
They're like, hey, yo, we got a bag.
They're like,
We got a bag.
they're like, well, they knew that their status was just
Yeah,
now
yeah.
it just jumped up.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Bro,
for
they're
sure.
on the Kardashian show. The
Right.
Kardashians, the whole family's there. I'm talking about the mom, the daughter,
crazy. Yeah.
everybody.
I don't
You know
even
what I'm
watch TV, bro.
I seen it the
don't
other
even
day.
know.
Like,
Yeah.
Where does he
Yeah,
get
it was
his
serious.
info?
I seen it the other day because I just downloaded HBO Max.
read
and I was
Oh
like,
yeah, bro.
Oh,
Max
there you
is
go.
clutch, man.
No,
It's
but
part of
everyone-
it's part of the culture though
yeah,
too.
Yeah.
but everyone keeps telling me like, yo, the Kardashians live out there, and I'm like, where? So like when I seen the Keeping with the Kardashians, and it was funny, the whole episode was in Palm Springs,
Yeah.
and I was like, damn,
Yeah.
like they're gonna walk into the store one day.
Right.
It's just gonna take that one day. You know what I'm saying? I'm manifesting it. It's gonna happen.
I was just gonna say we manifesting that.
It's gonna happen because I mean the celebrities come in now and they're parked at the light and they're just like, we just seen the orange and we were looking and they see premium sneakers, so they're like, oh, let's go, because they think like Balenciagas, Louis Vuittons and shit like that. But when they come in, they're like, oh shit, it's like
retro,
not that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so speaking of manifesting, then, where do you guys see yourselves in maybe like the next couple years?
I'll let him answer that first.
Well, basically, I'm trying to be everywhere, bro. Like I'm trying to make sure this tree grows everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So like. We were just actually talking about making another store, like maybe on the east side of the valley, like on the Indio and area. That area.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, nothing but love out there.
Yeah. Well, that's also too like that feels a lot more home because it is kind of more, you know, like,
LA-ish.
Yeah, so it's a little bit more grungy out there and shit. So it does feel like home.
But it's because it's family. There's a lot of families that live there, and like
more people, small area.
Well, it's a lot cultural too, like you know, a lot of family-owned businesses, like a lot of shit like that. So it's dope like that. I'm just not too familiar with the Indio and the east side of the valley area yet. I only know this area, well, Palm Desert, because my parents have been there forever. So I'm used to like, even with Palm Springs, everyone's like, "Oh, just do it in Palm Springs," and I was like, "No."
It would be nice if you were to merge with that culture.
I wanted to do Palm Springs, but at the end of the day, it's like. They're just tourists, and like I don't want to grow with the tourists. I want to grow with the community. So I was like, let me just put it in the middle, and then hopefully we can get both sides to come to us. And that's why we got the van, because if you can't come to us, then we'll go to you. You know what I'm saying? So
might do some shoe deliveries.
Yeah, like I mean, we're gonna shut down the store and just take everything we have in the store and just drive around. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Pull up from the trunk of the car.
Yeah, I mean, I used to do that. So to me, I'm like, whatever. Like I've been doing that. You know what I'm saying? So like, origins. I've been selling T-shirts on my trunk for the last 6-7 years. You know what I'm saying? So like, I'm like, fuck it. Like,
that's fucking beautiful.
You
want it?
No, I was just wondering if you guys wanted to like maybe talk about like your music, or I don't know if you want to.
What you?
You guys both worked on songs, right? Together.
Well, he's been doing music since before I met him.
Yeah.
Right.
Actually, what attracted me to him was because I mean, moving out here, a lot of people. Yeah, bro, you're sexy, bro. Let me fucking. Let me embrace it, bro.
Hey, you got nice braids.
Let me embrace it, bro. You know I like them butt. You know I like them butt cheeks, bro.
Yo.
So nah, but coming out here, a lot of the music that was being made was like what was popular at the time, like the trapping and the drugs and shit like that. And then here comes this guy, Nature Boy, like completely different. And where I come from, I like people who actually create the music, not just more of like, I'm just gonna rap some shit. You know what I'm saying? So I gravitated to his music, and then we just kind of like clicked up. And then he was like, I just kind of was like, yo, like let me help you make some shit. You know
that relates back to earlier where you were saying like, if somebody comes to him with a plan or like something that's really organized and like actually has a vision and an idea, that he'll put you on. Like back in the day, I didn't have a place to record really. Like I recorded at wherever I could. I didn't really have like good engineering because I was doing it myself. Like I would just record off of my laptop and stuff. But he saw something in me or saw something in my music, and he saw my motivation, my ambition for it. And he literally just put me on. He was like, yeah, you could record at my spot. I'll engineer it. You can come with whatever beats. We could figure that out. Like the first album that I released like on all streaming platforms, that was like with his help. You know what I mean? I recorded a lot, if not most of the album there. And yeah, so it's like, it's true. Like it's not just cap like, oh yeah, I'll help you out for real. Like he really helped me out free of charge and like came out of his pocket on a lot of stuff. So yeah, it's really love. But
that's cool.
As far as my music goes,
I tried.
I would tie it into.
I was just more on a professional level, so we would clash a lot.
Yeah,
like I had just came from the industry, and I'm like, bro, we gotta do it this way.
Yeah.
And he's more of organically growing, which is fine. But like me, I'm like, well, we could just do it like this and make it happen, you know?
Yeah, we would bump heads a little bit on the vision of that, but as all brothers do.
But at the end of the day, it's like he just created the music, and my job was just to kind of make sure it got out to the right ears. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right. But I would say, to answer your question, where do you see yourself in a few years? I see myself having like a gold record. You feel me? At least one gold record, but like still being at the store though. Like, cause I want to always keep myself grounded. Like, my vision for my future is I do want to be able to have a bunch of nice stuff and all this stuff that I dream of, but I want to stay grounded. I don't want to get overwhelmed by all that stuff. You know what I mean? So it's important to me, like, even if I have success, to not forget where I come from, and definitely not to forget about, like, the people who helped me along
That's
the
very
way.
important.
And I think music now, a lot of the artists who are hot now, they're kind of on that same mindset. They're kind of sticking to their own little their own little bubble, and it's working. You know what I'm saying? So he told me the other day, some random ass shit. It was like, hey, bro, if I ever make it, I'm still gonna work here. And I'm just like, no, you're not. He's like, no, I'm legitimately gonna work here. And I'm like, bro, I was like, no, the fuck you're not. What would be
cooler than, like, just being really successful in what you want to do, but, like, still just posted up at the same
he was just like, I'm gonna go on tour, but when I get back, I'm just gonna come clock in. I'm like,
yeah.
I was like,
just pull up.
I was like, all right, bro, but, like, whatever. Like, I was like, I don't believe you, but whatever, bro. Like,
it'll happen, bro. It'll happen.
At the point, I mean, at that point, then I'm just gonna ride with you, and we're just gonna have the store going. You know
just
what I'm saying?
Mobile tour store.
Yeah, so basically, we're just gonna, like,
you got the tour van already.
Yeah. When we were coming up here, I was like, damn, bro, I feel like I'm on tour, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Because I mean, I used to go on tour with, like, you know, my cousin's group all the time, and it felt like we were on tour.
I was really hoping that you guys brought the van.
Yeah.
I was like,
that shit brought back memories. I toured with Murs for 3. I don't know if you guys for 3 years.
Murs is he's from my town,
bro. He's a legend,
bro. Murs, man.
He's from Altadena. He's literally 10 minutes above the road from me.
So bro, I toured with him for 3 years, but seeing that van, bro, brought me memories.
So let me take you. What do you do?
I DJ.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I DJ. Yeah, so we DJ'd. I don't know if you've heard of Noah James and and Curtis King.
Yeah,
those guys are my boys.
Yeah, Noah's fucking dope. He's dope
bro.
as hell. I love his energy too.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
And you know what's funny too is that because I'm a bigger dude and he's obviously bigger than me, but, like, the fact that he embraces, like, who he is, it's fucking hard. You know what I'm saying? Because I've always been self-conscious of myself. Because, like, bro, before music, I was shredded. I was buff as hell.
Word.
Yeah, like crazy. I was a heavy basketball player, you know?
Oh, okay.
And then once I started getting into music and you just sit at the computer all fucking day,
right,
eating and smoking and drinking.
On tour.
You kind of just, like, fall off.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I went on tour for, like, I'm not going to say the group, but I went on tour for 9 months and all we did was eat McDonald's and Wendy's, like, all day, 4
just
times
mistreat
a day.
your body.
And
so I mean, at the end of the day, it was just like,
you had the same problem too, right? With he was pretty heavy.
I gained weight on tour, bro, because it was fucking 3 years of it.
There's nothing to eat. You know what I'm saying? Like, in your time, you're literally on a time schedule. So, like,
y'all got me scared to go on tour.
All you could do is really go and get a cheeseburger and keep moving. You know what I'm saying?
Just bring a basketball with you.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay fit, bro. I gotta bring a weight room with me.
I would just bring healthy snacks. Now, if I look back, I would be like, man, I would have packed, like, healthier snacks and better alternatives.
Like,
because it's a lot of just, like, AM, PM and fast food. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just gas stations and fast
White
food.
Castle, bro.
They got
water
vegan
burger
chips at AM.
Well, now the vegan world is different. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But back in the day, 7 years ago when we were touring,
right,
it was just fucking bags of Skittles and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
since you both toured, is there, like, a cool story, like, at a gas station or something like that?
I mean, I'm sure.
You know what's funny? So let me tell you this crazy story. I seen this dude get stabbed up when we were on tour, bro.
Dang.
And it was crazy. I never seen anybody get stabbed. Like, but bro, like, I don't know what happened when we pulled up and it was like some arguments started going down, and then this fucking dude came out the gas station and just started stabbing the shit out this guy, bro.
Yo,
to me, because I was just like, this is the craziest story I've ever seen on tour. Like,
well, that's cool, bro. I mean,
that's cool to talk about.
Yo,
not for the guy.
I saw his lifeless body.
I can't get past that story, bro.
I saw his spirit.
Crazy.
Ever since I've seen that.
Where was this?
I was like in Nebraska or something.
Yeah, some crazy shit.
They definitely stabbing people.
It was something random, but like, dude, like no one, but like the whole thing, no one even budged. Like, no one was like, stop it. Like, everyone was just like
a normal day in fucking
Nebraska. They're like filling their gas up. Yeah,
hey,
Bob. They're just filling their gas up. They're like, there goes fucking Jerry again, stabbing motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like, damn, like no one even tripped. And we're over
Jerry
there
the
like,
stab guy.
We're looking like fuck, bro.
All right, so you guys go and perform, right? After the show, do you usually get on the van and just drive to your next fucking location?
It takes like, I mean, I don't know how you guys did it, but it takes. I mean, you're pretty much there for the night. You kind of. By the time you actually leave the venue,
in the morning. So then in the morning, you guys are packing up.
The next morning the next morning we're leaving 3:30 a.m. to the next state or whatever it might be.
Dang. How often were you guys traveling from?
It was like every 2 or like 1 or 2, 3 days that we had to go to the next spot.
They usually lock in. Yeah, they usually lock in like one day. They'll do like in stores or whatever, little record stores and shit. And then the second day you actually do the show, and the next day you just dip out.
Yeah. We started in Tucson and we went all the way down through Texas, down to Florida. We went to Mardi Gras on Mardi Gras.
Wow,
bro! Never seen so many old titties in my life. Down to Florida, all the way up North Carolina, boom, 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 up to the East Coast. Shout out to the old titties.
Y'all rock with old titties. We were having a conversation about old titties the other day. I'm like, I'll look at some old saggy titties, bro. It's a beautiful
Go to Mardi
thing.
Gras.
The fact that we have that conversation is. People aren't gonna come to the store no more, bro.
It's on me, bro. It's my bad.
Y'all having this titty conversation in here?
So like Ivy always branches into these weird ass. I don't know why he does it, but he always comes to some weird and randomly too.
Because I'm gonna say what's really in my head.
He'll just be like, "Hey, bro."
He's creative.
Like, just randomly, like I'm just walking, just get there, and he's like, "Hey, bro, like." Do you ever think about like why mustaches are? I'm just like, what are you talking about, bro? Like I just fucking walked in. Like, what are you talking about?
I gotta trim
I do the same thing with Renee, and then I do the same thing with my buddy Eric. I just come with like a different perspective because like we're so used to doing something so repetitive. Like, I have like maybe 3 or 4 different like dialogues in my head with myself, and I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna leave that thought here, and then I'm gonna go think about this.
That makes you a genius.
Have you ever seen Curb Your Enthusiasm?
That makes you a genius. Serious, bro. That literally makes you a genius.
Really?
Yeah. When you can have like a million things processing at one time, that makes you a genius.
Bro, there you go.
Tell this fool all the time.
That's all you need.
Get it.
Like that's all the confirmation you need, bro.
That's probably
You're a
like a
genius
lot
now.
of people do that, and like the reason why they're stuck in life is because they have so much they want to do,
bro.
They don't know how to process it. You know,
just
paralysis
defined him
by
right now,
analysis.
bro.
Yeah, bro.
You literally just defined this
Like,
fool.
it's crazy.
This fool is like the foot on the pedal of the gas and the car's just fucking revving. That's him like 24/7.
Yeah, because you probably don't know which route you want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's why I have all these
literally
projects.
makes you a genius.
Right,
Literally.
exactly.
Yo, no, but real shit. Have any of you guys seen Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David?
I've seen
a few.
With Larry David. So like, I always factor it in. Let me move this.
I think he is a genius.
Yeah, but low key, it's funny to me. Like I'll watch the show and I'll be like, he's thinking about shit that I think about. Because it's like, why do people wait in a line? But like the line is formed and it's like a grouping. You know what I mean? Like everybody is in this angle now. Because that's what a line is for everybody. But I'm like, why aren't we doing this? You know what I mean?
A straight line, you mean?
Yeah, it's like everything is in a straight line. For some reason, when we group up and we're in line, we're just like this. And I'm like, why do we do that?
Absorb
Why is there a line like that? Why don't we have like a circle of people and we just know? Like, you're next. He came after him, so he's next.
Right.
You know
maybe it defeats a lot of like fighting or stabbing.
Well,
or
we also.
I feel like a line is so long though.
I think
you
humans
take up so much space. Bro.
I think us as humans, we need a
It's
structure.
Dumb thought.
Yeah.
You can make a bunch of little lines though.
Yeah.
It has to have structure.
Right next to each other.
I think also too, like if you think about like a theme park, like when you wait in line, I think they utilize that space.
Well,
right.
That's funny because you're talking about the lines and stuff. I work at a school, and so we're having constantly trying to figure out the six feet rule, and now I think it's like 3 feet.
Yeah.
And so I was doing lines, and then I was like, no,
you were doing lines, bro. That's what's up. Bro.
I was doing
living that life, bro.
Damn, living that fast life.
I was making.
This is not family friendly right now.
Titties, lines, bro.
After the 45-minute mark, they'll know.
We were me and Eric we're just opened up the market up here. Maybe after we can go check it out. It's the fruit market.
Yeah.
And we were talking about.
Wait, you opened up a fruit market?
I helped them open up the fruit market.
The one up here on the side,
mm-hmm.
on the left side we were coming out.
Mm-hmm.
What's up?
It's a week old, right? And so we were trying to put all the selected series episodes up, and this is like after hours, and Eric's like, sorry, bro, there's too much cussing in your episodes because there's kids and stuff gonna be watching. Yeah. But I was like, nah, put it no mute, no volume, just set it up.
Yeah.
Look,
and
go ahead. My bad. I didn't want to interrupt.
And we can put like people's information on there, like Bamn Camp, blah blah blah, like Palm Desert, and then there's like little things that like magazines and stuff that we can even bring all you guys all the way out here so that there's a little bit of the desert out here in Morongo, because we're technically San Bernardino County.
Yeah. No, we'll pull the fucking van up, bro.
Yeah.
Anytime, whatever. Let us know,
That'd be
bro.
dope.
I mean,
That would be
We're
dope.
the store's closed right now to be here. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So like, we don't really care. Like,
No, but that's just such a, like, we have a satellite here now that, you know, the desert can visit. We can do pop-ups, food pop-ups, all that kind of stuff is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, especially that now that Joshua Tree is getting so damn popular.
I was just telling him that we were looking at houses in Yucca Valley like literally like 2 months ago, and the prices were crazy. I was like, Jesus,
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like my sister bought like a few acres out here like a few years ago, and it was like $2,000 for like 5 acres.
Wow.
Now it's like 20 grand for 2.
Holy
so it's
shit.
like shit, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of like the weed and shit's moving out here, and they have that land, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's crazy, bro.
It's gonna. You just got that ice in my face.
It's gonna grow. It's gonna grow. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, bro.
Oh, bro, I bought you a chain, bro. Like,
but don't let that get too close to
No, but
The behind the scenes.
I gave
Bam
you some
Camp.
gold, bro. Like, you got some ice, bro.
No, matter of fact,
This is how we rock.
I think let's wrap this up, guys.
Now,
thank you guys for coming.
Sure.
It's been a pleasure. We I would say mutually we get to learn a little bit of both worlds. Like everybody has a journey, and it was really nice sharing it with you guys and
definitely
seeing what kind of collaborations come from this is really exciting for sure.
We appreciate you guys having us.
man.
For
Did
sure.
you want to ask them?
I got one last question. This is a selected series question. How long ago did you guys meet? You said
It's been like 6-7 years now.
okay.
Yeah,
So if you were to go back 7 years ago, what would you guys? I mean, you guys can answer this individually or together. What would you tell to the 7-year-old or 7 years back self?
To us,
Like, what would you tell yourself? Like,
save money. That's it. I would just say save money. Like,
don't waste your time with those women.
Ooh.
That's what I would have said to myself. I would have looked.
but I'm literally telling you that
20-year-old self in the face and been like, "Look."
But I'm looking at you now, telling you the same thing. So
It's not the same energy. Though.
literally on the way over here, I was like, "You don't need that, bro. You don't need that."
Look.
Literally, I was like, "You do not need that, bro."
It's different now. You know what I mean? It's not the same amount of energy and it's not the same amount of time. Back then, Ivy thought he was madly in love and just wasted so much time, so much energy that like you could focus. This is what I would really say to myself though. I would say all of the energy that you wanted to put into certain relationships with individuals, whether it be a girl or a boy, you put all of that energy into something, and it was something that wasn't going to manifest something better for you.
Oh,
right?
Nice.
So what I should have done, or what I would tell myself to do, was don't be selfish, but be self-focused. You know what I mean? We all are the center of our own universes, and we all want to do something for ourselves. So I would say all of that super, super strong energy that you get from love your passion and love your goal.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Bars.
And love it that hard, and then aspire to do all those great things with it. But
Love it.
That energy.
don't waste your time with those girls.
That energy really attracts the right people too.
Mm-hmm.
So like you don't have to put emphasis in that kind of aspect of it because you know that the proper people are gonna be, you know, around you.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'd probably just say like, just keep it going, stay focused.
Go.
Don't give up.
No, you said save money, so you can't.
Well, the reason why is because when I first originally moved out of here, I blew everything I had because I thought I was still on the mentality that it was still coming in.
We could get it back. Yeah.
So I wasn't like, I didn't think, and I realized like I should have saved what I had because I could have had a lot more now that I'm older. You know what I'm saying? I could have bought a home 7 years ago instead of buying it now. You know what I'm
Real
saying?
shit
Like,
though, that'll be the difference, bro. It'll that same thing that Nipsey said, bro. You know the instrumental interview where he was just like, the only difference between me and those guys is I never gave up. That'll be it. It'll be he never gave up on his dream. Right. I'll never give up on my dream. I could be 90 still trying to chase that gold record because I need it. I need the platinum record. I need diamond. I need all of that stuff. Yeah, and it's not really for the recognition because, you know, like he said, this is the first time he's been in front of a camera. This is maybe like my second time. You know what I mean? But I would say like, it's not for the recognition. It's for the fulfillment of your soul, of your spirit. You know what I mean? I won't be happy unless I do that thing that I want to do with my life, and then also help others out and like somehow be the spark that makes them want to do that thing.
Yeah, I think the smiles and everything are like what get me. You know what I'm saying?
Because low key, he's been a spark. Like I see him do so many different things, and I'm like, fuck, bro. Like this nigga's so close to me, and like, how am I not getting it the same way? You know what I mean? So it's ambitious.
But people also don't know. Like I had like 4 jobs at once, bro. Like, literally trying to do. I used to work at the hotel overnight. Yep. Then I would leave there and go deliver newspapers in the morning.
Bro, you was trying to put like
I was literally doing, and then I would go open the store right after all that, and then like do it. I just never slept for like years, bro. I've been on this constant like grind. Like
if you ask him what the secret to success is, it's crack. Because that's the only way that he was staying awake.
No, but I used to have like my mentor. He used to always tell me like, make sure you own the candy store and don't worry about the candy.
Oh, I'm glad you brought that up.
So I've always been on like the the like damn like I just want to get it. You know what I'm saying?
What
like,
was that saying again?
Like don't worry, like always own the candy store. Don't worry about the candy. Like focus on owning the product, but don't worry about like where it goes. Yeah. Basically. And I grew up around like the whole Nipsey Hussle thing. You know, rest in peace. And seeing him come from dirt fucking poor shit hood. You know what I'm saying? Gangbang. To become like a
icon,
you know what I'm saying? Like he literally just made it out the mud, you know what I'm saying? And
he was an ambassador for a lot of people.
And being able to work with him a few times and be able to speak to him and like talk to him was like, yo, like, you know, we're around the same age and shit. So I'm like, fuck, like, I want to do it too, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then my mentor was his manager, so he was always grilling me, you know. So he was always like, yo, you got to get it, you got to get it. And he always told me like, Chase, you remind me of Nip, like you remind me of Nip. And then when Nip died, I was like, fuck, like I cried. Like I literally left, I dropped everything and ran to LA. Like,
bro, that shit was crazy.
It was like I was MIA for months because to me, like I wasn't too close with Nipsey, but like we had conversations, I have emails and stuff, and a part of me was taken out. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's kind of why now I'm like, you know what, we got to keep going and going and going and going and going. Like, there's really no time to stop no more.
No days off. Keep going.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Well, shit, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sir.
Thank you, guys, man. It's been a pleasure for real.
I can't wait to sit down again with you guys and really see the journey progress.
Yeah.
And
give us like a year.
Okay.
I say give us less than that.
Yeah.
Ooh, I love it.
Hey, yo, this ring really got you saucy.
Give us less than that, bro.
Yeah, not facts though.
That shit's gonna happen quick.
Shit, yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Well, we believe in y'all, man.
We're out, guys.
Peace.
Peace out, y'all.
Oh man, that was
yeah.